HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
Coming right up, another fun Varsity Sports Show.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
Hey, this is Ralph Farrell, Carefree's #1 sports enthusiast, and want to tell you about a new radio show that's really hitting the spot. The Varsity Sports Show, which takes care of everything from high school, junior high school, college, community college sports. You got to listen to it. It's on 1060 AM, Arizona. No? Yes?
That's okay.
KDUS AM 1060 Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix is home for the Dan Patrick Show.
This program is paid for by the JV Sports LLC and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show here on Saturday morning, September 25th, 2021. Beautiful, beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Metro Phoenix, at least. I'm up in Carefree, but whatever part of the valley you're in, you're part of Phoenix. And my name is Vince Delisio. I am so happy to be here today and privileged to be a part of your Saturday morning. And I say this every week without hesitation that you have a choice in what you want to do. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to turn the radio on. You can turn the TV on. You can get up, take a hike. It's a beautiful morning, little brisk for Arizona weather, high 70s, low 80s, some sprinkles earlier. But if you're sitting here listening to us right now for the next hour, I'm honored, and I don't take that for granted, and our guests don't either, or our contributors. So let me go through this week's show. It's, again, you miss a few minutes and you miss a lot. We're a show that we cram a lot into 1 hour. And, maybe someday we'll be 2 hours. Maybe someday we'll be 3. For now, we're 1 because we feel like we can get it all in and let you enjoy the rest of your day and let you listen to some other great programming that follows us with some great people. We'll talk about those people later as well. But anyway, we're going to give a little recap of as you guys know, we do some broadcasting, some live streaming of some high school and junior college football games throughout the week. And Thursday night, we kick things off with the Thursday night high school football game of the week. This past week did not disappoint. Absolutely not. What a game. And it was, you look at the matchup and you think, okay, well, you got, a team that's won a couple of state championships in 4A and Mesquite High School going over to Apache Junction, AJ. I know that program. They've been depressed for a long time and hard to fill roster spots. It's in a community that's a very prideful community, but it's kind of on the outreaches in Pinell County. And AJ showed up and nearly pulled off a win. And Mesquite came in and ultimately got the victory. And joining us on the line were a couple of gentlemen. First of all, the guy that was on the call for the Thursday night game, a guy that I've been pleasantly surprised with, who is a class act. He's a student in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at ASU. He's a young guy. He's an aspiring broadcaster, and he does a great job. And I try to stay out of his way as much as I can. His name is Matt Venezia. And then we've got the coach from Mesquite, who's also a really good guy. He's been in the East Valley for years, and his name is Scott Hare. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Vince.
Good morning.
All right, Coach Hare. And before I turn this over to Matt, first of all, I want to congratulate you first for being a class act. And I don't say that lightly, because there's a lot of coaches where I kind of have to grit my teeth and say that. And you're one of those guys that's just a good guy. And your son has helped us out on our crew with filming and things. And he's a bright young man with a bright future. But you really lived this thing, and you showed up, and your team did a heck of a job the other night. So first off, thank you and congratulations for the win.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment, and hopefully that is more of a reflection on my parents. So hopefully that I have a coach my dad was a coach throughout my childhood, and I feel like he was a good example for kind of the right way to do things.
All right, Matt, take it away.
Well, Coach, obviously, I don't know, if the effort on Thursday was, it was a really close game, and you guys being the defending 4A state champions, were you expecting a close matchup like that? Because I think that may have been the best Thursday night broadcast we've done all year.
Absolutely. I think Apache is a very good football team. I mean, I think they've got 9-1, 8-2 in their future. I thought they were going to, they're a very, very good football team. I mean, I know we're the 4A champs, and those are, nice words, and I enjoyed what we've done the last couple of years. But, high school football, especially at the 4A level, we only have, we have 1,300 kids, 1,400 in our school. We've turned over a lot of different kids. This is not a reload situation where we just have kids kind of waiting. We have 11 different bodies starting on the offense in different positions this year. So Andrew Morris is really the only one, so I guess 10 positions. And then we got a lot of different bodies in different positions. So I love our guys. I love our team, but it's not like a pro team where we kind of come back and, Tampa Bay's got 22 returning starters from last year. We really got to redo it each year.
Absolutely. And before we get into the specifics of, what actually happened in the game, in general, in a contest like that where the atmosphere is just going crazy, at a time up until about close to the end of the game, the largest lead was just a touchdown between both sides. So in a close game like that, the atmosphere is going crazy. How do you kind of settle down your team? And eventually, you guys had to go down the field and take the lead. How do you kind of settle your guys down and get through that effort?
Yeah, I think the goal is always to try to stay the course as much as we can. We, as a coaching staff, the goal is to stay as calm as we can no matter what the situation. So, I know things around us might be hectic, but for me personally, I hope that my demeanor is the same whether or not it's the first quarter or there's 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And, I think that we try to push that off into the kids. And I think that they just go out and we don't really change what we do. We don't change the tone of our voice. And I don't want the kids to either. So hopefully we just are staying the course, and that worked out for us on Thursday.
Now, Coach, your quarterback, Gerardo Sainz, kind of wasted little time in getting the passing game developed. Touchdown to Andrew Morris, really one of the first few plays of the game, aired it out for about 50 yards. Was that the goal, to try and establish the passing game pretty early?
Well, I usually try to take what the defense gives us. So, they were kind of loading us up a little bit. So we took a look at that, and we always had two game plans. when you come out, you say, okay, a defense is either going to try to handle us this way or this way. So I usually take a look at it, and early in the game, I thought that they were definitely loading up to try to stop the run a little bit, and then as the game wore on, I thought they doubled up on Andrew, and we were able to kind of run it a little bit more in the end of the game. So I don't think it was really specific towards our game plan as much as we just try to take a look at what the other team's doing and then try to match a little bit of where we think we have an advantage. And I trust the guys, so it doesn't matter who's getting the ball. I'm going to try to attack where I think the defense is giving us a little bit more.
Coach Scott Hare, Mesquite High School, the Wildcats with the big win the other night over Apache Junction, the Prospectors. Coach, thanks again. Congratulations, and good luck this coming week. Have a great weekend.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right. Matt, nice job as always, my friend, and looking forward to seeing you out at McClintock as they host Desert Mountain for next Thursday's game in the Thursday night game of the week with NFHS and the Varsity Sports Show. So thanks again, as always, Matt.
Yes, sir, Vince. Have a good one, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Great. Wow. Well, that's a great way to start the show, and we're rolling. Our next guest, we are talking. Last night we streamed a game. It was out at Campo Verde High School. It was with the host team, the Campo Verde Coyotes, hosting the Williamsfield Blackhawks. A big East Valley matchup, and this is another one that was a big game. Williamsfield came away with the victory, but on the line with us is the play-by-play broadcaster from last night's game, Mr. Kevin Malater, and Campo Verde head football coach Ryan Freeman. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, so Coach Freeman, tough one, tough loss, and I know it's a bitter pill to swallow. It's always tough when you got to face certain questions. I mean, it always can't be rainbows and unicorns, but this is why we do it. So. You guys are a tough team, but you played a tough team as well. Quick summary of last night's game.
Quick summary. We had some opportunities. We still didn't take advantage of them. Our boys played their hearts out last night. We definitely played much better than we had in previous weeks. Just couldn't find the end zone. And unfortunately, that's been maybe too much of a habit against Williamsfield over the years.
Yeah. Kevin, what did you see that was good? There were a lot of good things that happened in last night's game. And who was your player of the game? What were some of the bright spots?
Yeah, for me, what was good was the defense. I mean, this is a Williamsfield team that's coming in averaging 45.5 points per game. And the defense really stood out. They held their ground multiple times. They had a big goal line stand late in the third quarter. Name that got to me was Clayton Hughes. He had the fumble recovery late in the first half. Had Campo Verde help him drive down the field. Unfortunately, they couldn't convert on the field goal opportunity. But the defense, for me, they played very well. They held their own ground against a really good Williamsfield offense, and I think that's something they should look forward to going forward.
Coach, what was the message you gave your team, both at halftime and postgame? Obviously, it was a bit of a somber mood, but, these guys have been fought together for a long time. This is Team 11 now, and these things happen, but what type of message were you able to deliver to these guys? Keep their heads up.
I delivered the message, one, that I was very proud of our young men. We had 6 starters who were out last night, which obviously poses challenges, especially against a team like Williamsfield. But we played with a lot of heart last night throughout the entire game, and that was the focal point. We cut down on our penalties. We cut down on our mental errors. But Williamsfield's they are a really good team. So,
yeah. Kevin, you had to have identified one or two specific players that you felt like stood head and shoulders above the rest. Who are those guys?
I'll go one from each side. I'll go for Williamsfield, Caden Cloud. He's their starting running back last night. He had an incredible game, multiple big carries, and got into the secondary and took the ball to the next level multiple times. Didn't get on the scoreboard for touchdown, but he still had an impressive game. For Campo Verde, I got to go with Riley Garcia. He made multiple big plays, trying to throw the ball downfield, trying to keep plays alive, to finding a way to get the offense in their rhythm. He did a really nice job last night. The senior is really impressive so far, and he's got a great arm, and I was really impressed with him last night.
Awesome. Coach, obviously a lot to continue to build on, and not going to sugarcoat it. It's a loss is still a loss, but my theory is it's better to lose one now than to lose the last game of the season. So you guys will bounce back. You always do, and we're looking forward to better days ahead for Campo Verde football. Thanks so much for the opportunity to cover you and for you to come on this morning. So have a great weekend and a great week next week preparing for the next one.
Thank you, Vince. It's great talking to you.
All right. Kevin, nice job, my friend. We'll circle back here with you soon. Kevin Malater, the play-by-play broadcaster for last night's game out at Campo Verde.
Vince, thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. There's a quarter of our show already down, and we got a lot coming up. Coming up in our next segment, we are going to visit with the Jag Nation out at Canyon View High School. Head football coach Nick Garrett's and play-by-play broadcaster Ryan Blank from last night's game. They had a big one out at Canyon View against Desert Edge. We'll get some details on that one. And then we've got our friend Tyler Mayer in the Fitness Minute coming up as well. So, folks, stay with us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Go Varsity.
HD Radio is here for KDUS AM 1060. Check out your favorite shows and games on 100.7 KSLX HD2.
Hi, this is the Director of Community Engagement for Hospice of the Valley, Lynn Sue Cooney, and you are just not cool if you are not listening to the Varsity Sports Show, the home of youth, high school, college, and you on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment today.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Tune in this fall for the Thursday night high school football game of the week and a special segment at halftime called the My Recruits Varsity Sports Show Thursday Night Football Tip of the Week. Take it away, Coach Perrone.
That's right, Vince. Every Thursday night, we are going to give a tip and some knowledge for the viewers and the listeners who are getting ready for the big stage. And also, we're going to talk about various recruits, top prospects from around the valley.
Tune in every Thursday night at halftime of the Varsity Sports Show NFHS Thursday Night Game of the Week featuring My Recruit segment with Coach Perrone and me.
Ready to bring KDUS AM 1060 into your home with Alexa?
Hi, I'm Alexa.
Download the KDUS AM 1060 skill and enable. Then say, Alexa, open KDUS AM 1060.
This is where I start my day.
Hey. You ready?
You are listening to the home of Canyon View Jaguar football, the Jag Nation, on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. And now, here's Coach Nick Garrett.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. Vince Delisio here for the Jag Nation. And that is Canyon View High School, the Jaguars, out in the West Valley, and head football coach Nick Garrett's also joined on the line by play-by-play broadcaster from last night's game, Mr. Ryan Blank. Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning, Vince.
Hey,
Morning, Vince.
Yeah. So, Coach, tough one last night. It was, it was as promised. I mean, you want to be good, you play good. And in terms of the level of competition, we all can't play the sisters of the poor. I mean, we get paid the big bucks to field teams and win games and raise quality young men and mentor them and do a good job. And I feel that you've checked all the boxes in those categories. You had a tough one last night, however. Run through a little bit of your opponent and the game.
Yeah, we did have a tough one last night, and Desert Edge is a good opponent. They have a lot of speed and a lot of talent, and they're well coached. I think we grew up a little bit last night, and we came out and kind of gave them a little shock a little bit in the first half, but we're a ways away, and I think I like the direction that we're going in the program, that the way the direction our program's going. And it's exciting to be a part of, and I'm really hopeful for the future.
Hey, Coach, I know that last night there was something that happened that is more important than football. And I know that Jag Nation probably wants to hear if you have anything. Do you have any update on how Jesse Ortiz is doing?
He's doing good. He's doing well. Everything was precautionary last night, and he's doing really well. There's nothing to be concerned of, and we know he's doing well.
Well, and yes, our thoughts and prayers are with Jesse and his family, and obviously the game was delayed for a period of time just for safety precautions. So we're glad to hear that that things aren't as bad as what they may have seemed. So, Coach, it was, and there were some interesting events that occurred last night. It was almost comical to a certain degree. You had the sprinklers go on at one point in the game, and then you had the lights go out, and it was almost as if somebody was trying to jeopardize the contest. But what happened?
We're trying to slow them down. We had to turn those sprinklers on to get them to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think it just comes with the growing pains of a new program. What are we in week 4 in our first home game? And so it's just obviously not what we wanted, and we do apologize that those events happen. But there's nothing we can do about it now. I know everyone's learned from it, and we will do better.
Coach, I know that next week you'll hit the road again at West Point. What kind of toll, or how has it helped the team that you're starting the season with 4 road games in your first 5?
Yeah, it's always tough to go on the road, and any time, I don't care what level you're on, it's tough to go on the road and get wins. I'm confident in our guys, though. I think from what I've seen on film and what we've done for the past 4 weeks, we're heading the right direction, and I think we got a bright future. And we really grew up on Friday night, and started to believe, I think, in ourselves more importantly, where before it was kind of where we're teetering the line of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I think last night showed that we're going to have a lot of guys with both feet in, and we can get rolling.
Well, I think the best way to measure a program's success is you go and watch practice, and I've done just that. And Coach, you are, in my opinion, you are the right guy for the job, and you've taken on a task, a second-year varsity football program, and you got a lot of wide-eyed young men that want to learn and be led and win, and you're doing just that. So things obviously are going to get better, no doubt in my mind, and very happy that we're a part of being able to spread that message for you. So brighter days ahead, Coach. Have a great weekend, and good luck next week to you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
All right.
Friday.
Okay, that's Coach Nick Gertz from Canyon View, the Jaguars, and Ryan Blank, the play-by-play broadcaster for them. Ryan, nice job as always. I had a chance to watch and listen to you last night. You managed the game well, and good job. So we'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you later, Vince. Thank you.
All right.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Get tips on staying healthy and active with locally renowned fitness guru Tyler Mayer. And now, here's Tyler.
All right, Tyler. So the Fitness Minute, which is brought to you by Fixed Body Group, locations in San Diego and Scottsdale. Our old friend Tyler Mayer out at Desert Highlands Golf Club out in Scottsdale, who's been able to deliver some great insights, some good information, some things that people can really hang their hat on in training in a low impactful way, so that you're not killing yourself. So in other words, guys like me, and deliver it with a smile on his face and bring some smiles to our faces as well. So Tyler, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Vince. Good morning. Good morning, Varsity listeners. I'm doing fantastic. We got flag football last night, boys soccer this morning. So, man, I just love hearing the high school football season, sports season kicking off. So I'm doing fantastic, Vince. And, you know, if it's okay, I'll get this thing going, you guys. I've got a very special guest today. So when we talk about fitness, it's about the exterior. You know, what are we doing to increase lean muscle mass, decrease body fat percentage, and stay healthy? So this may be one of the more important topics we cover, because we're going to talk about prevention and how we can stay ahead of cold and flu season. Yes, believe it or not, listeners, there are other things out there right now that we need to pay attention to. So my partner, my wife, my better half, my more attractive half, my smarter half, and I promise I don't think I've done anything wrong. Those are true introductory statements.
Yeah, I've seen you in person, Tyler. I think you're nailing it on the head pretty well.
Thank you. She is a certified holistic nutritionist. And listeners, we're going to touch base. I'm going to have her touch base on just a couple of things that we can do to stay healthy during this upcoming cold and flu season. So you know me, I stay in my lane. So I am going to hand the ball off here to Jenna, and we're going to go over some things that we can do to stay ahead of the game here, you guys.
Well, I feel very humbled by that introduction, even from my very own husband. Those are such kind words. So I'm grateful to be on here chatting with all of you guys and helping give you some advice for yourselves.
Well, wait a second. Tyler, I thought you said your wife's name was Michelle.
Vince, come on now. I'm off to a good start here. Don't ruin it for me.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Very funny. I do want to help kind of set the record straight on kind of simplifying staying healthy during this season. I know that we've been bombarded with so much information just as of the last few years, and we are all very hyper-focused on staying healthy in general. But especially as we come into cold and flu seasons, we think about our kids being back in school. Maybe they haven't been in school for a while, and they're just getting back in there, and we're nervous about, getting them on the field and keeping them healthy and staying productive and wanting to make sure that they are able to keep moving and not miss out on anything. So, I want to touch on a couple of basic things and keep it really simple, and just reminding everybody that it's really more valuable to focus on, like Tyler said, that prevention, rather than crisis management. As we kind of think about when we get sick, we think, oh crap, what do I do? What do I do now? What do I need to take to feel better and kick it fast? But really the most valuable information is in that prevention. We're in contact with billions of germs and pathogens every single day. And the question is your body built up enough to stand up against what it's going to be presented with every single day? And we're going to get sick from time to time. And it's kind of almost counterintuitive to think that it's actually healthy to get sick every now and then. You can build up our antibodies and, what it means to have a healthy functioning immune system when we get sick. It's doing what it's designed to do. But how long we stay sick depends on that strength of your immune system. And there's things that we can do that we can weaken it, and there's things that we can do to strengthen it. And, this is how I always explained it to my kids. Your immune system is your body's army, and the cells that are fighting your illness are your soldiers. So what you consume, how we take care of our body is going to determine the types of weapons that your army is using to fight. The more processed foods and sodas and artificial sweeteners and things that you're consuming on a regular basis, those are those things that are going to weaken your system. Are you taking a look at your diet and lifestyle and recognizing that your soldiers, your cells are fighting with, guns and grenades, or are they fighting with squirt guns and water balloons? It's going to determine how your body is fighting stuff off. So again, it's focusing on that prevention and taking care of yourself while you're healthy so that when you're in contact with stuff. So, the question you need to ask yourselves is, how often are you sick and how long are you staying sick? So I just want to give you guys some tips on things you can take to avoid, things you can eat to avoid, and things you can start taking once you do feel sick. In general, we need to be avoiding sugar, dairy, soda, processed and packaged foods. It's funny, if it makes a noise in a bag, you probably shouldn't be eating it, right? But when you do get sick, things that you can help to offset those symptoms and get you feeling better faster, taking vitamin C 3-4 times a day. Echinacea is an herb that, a couple times a day. Upping your zinc intake, once a day. Getting your vitamin D. We live in Arizona. We have the best vitamin free to us by just standing outside, 20 minutes a day, getting your kids outside, making sure they're in direct sunlight. Getting that vitamin D and zinc together is great for recovery and prevention. So, it's just making sure that we focus on what we can do now while we're feeling good and building and compounding all of those great things so that when we're sick, it's not going to last 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. And Jenna, thank you so much for that report. That was an awesome report. And,
awesome.
Vitamins, supplements, and there's a lot of natural things that are out there that cost no money that are still healthy for us. So thanks so much, guys. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Varsity. Keep moving, guys. Talk to you soon.
The Fitness Minute is brought to you by Fixed Body Group with locations in San Diego and Phoenix. Go to fixedbodygroup.com.
All right, folks, when we come back, we will be joined by Coach Jason Mons, Saguaro Sabercats. Tough one last night. We'll talk about it. Ryan Sikora, play-by-play broadcaster, joining us as well. Stick around, folks. Thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Go Varsity.
Need social information about KDUS AM 1060? Try KDUS1060.com, at KDUS AM 1060 on Twitter, and Facebook.com/KDUS AM 1060.
Hi, this is Darren Chapman with Tiger Mountain Foundation. You need to keep listening to my old St. Mark's mate, Vinny D'Alicio, man, on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. It's the home of you, high school, college, and you. I mean, us. Thank you. Varsity Sports, baby. You can't beat it.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com. Spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vetsbuilt Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vetsbuilt is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vetsbuilt at 480-584-3675.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Your caddy, Ray Adams, takes you beyond the 18th hole on Saturday mornings with Great American Golf from 6 to 7 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
This is the Sabercat Report with Saguaro Sabercat football coach Jason Mons on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. And now, here's Coach Mons.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. And that's the Sabercat Report. And we are joined by a couple of gentlemen, Saguaro Sabercat head football coach Jason Mons and last night's play-by-play broadcaster, who's my normal broadcast partner for the Sabercats, Ryan Sikora. I was out a little under the weather, and so Ryan, in a very noble and professional manner, was able to slide over into the other chair from being an analyst to doing play-by-play last night. And I guess I missed quite a game, had a chance to watch it on the live stream. And Coach Mons, I'm going to start off the questioning here. I'm a big fan. I'm not going to be a homer because I think that would be insulting to you. And so, you've been a part of more championships than I have fingers. So I'm just going to lay it out there right away and just ask you a little bit about your game plan going into last night's game.
Well, I think we wanted to establish a run, which I thought we did a good job of. I thought we ran the ball well all night. We wanted to be able to, force them to commit to the box and take some play-action shots. And, I think offensively we moved the ball pretty well all night long. We had some drives fizzle out with some, with a couple drops and some missed reads. But, defensively, I think, we wanted to be physical. We wanted to bring some pressure, disguise some looks, and do some different things. And, I think all in all, we gave ourselves, put ourselves in a position to be able to win the game. We just didn't make the plays on either side of the ball that we needed to down the stretch when the game was on the line.
And Coach, you mentioned how you wanted to establish the run all game. I thought you mentioned you did a very good job of that. Jaden Matthews was fantastic. Brian Bogardus got some more touches today. Cole Goodwin got involved in the game a lot more than he has the last two games. Is that sort of part of the game plan to get Cole involved and give some different looks that Shap hasn't been able to see through film all year so far?
Yeah, I mean, Cole's a terrific quarterback and brings a different element than Ridge does. And I know from the other side of the ball that it's difficult to defend those guys. And so I like to have that element. Cole does a good job. He can run the offense as well, but his ability in the read option game gives us some different looks and I think puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So yeah, we try to get him involved, try to get some guys that can hit some explosive plays. I thought Brian ran really hard last night with Gardis. He had a good game. He's our physical in between the tackles guy, and then Jaden's he's our lightning, and he hit some big long explosive runs. And I think he's gone over 100 yards each of the last two games, and he's doing some good stuff. Just gotta tighten some things down and got to stop putting the ball on the ground. But Jaden's a phenomenal young player.
Coach, let's talk a little. Let's talk a little bit about your defense. I mean, I love these guys, and I'm not just saying that because I watch these guys, and it's so exciting to watch. Thomas DeCesaro, I still see him wearing a baseball uniform, and he picked off another ball last night, and then the quarterback took a shot on that play. Now, fortunately he got back up and he finished the game, but my gosh, I mean, the defense was all over the field, including that freshman Hinton. Man.
Yeah. No, Ches is I'm so proud of him. He's just absolutely playing his tail off. He's given his teammates everything he's got. He's making plays. He's a leader. He's physical. Obviously he showed some juice last night. I think that's the thing that goes under the radar is kid actually can really run. He's got some twitch to him, and when he got that, when jumped in front of that pass, took that thing 70 yards to the house, and so that was a huge play. And really we had all the momentum in the first half. But yeah, no, Ches really gets after it. Our defense is fast and physical, and I think as you could probably circle maybe 4 or 5 plays that we just gave up, just mental breakdown, bad eyes, bad fit, explosive plays, and that was the difference in the game. They just, credit to them. They kind of saw what we were doing, and they hit a couple big explosive plays, and that's you got to minimize those. But we're going to be all right. Our defense flies around. We got playmakers all over the field. Dejan's a phenomenal young player, really really talented freshman. It's hard to play anywhere in high school as a freshman at the varsity level, let alone at Saguaro High School. So his future is extremely bright. And we got a bunch of those guys. I mean, if you watch our broadcast, I mean, there's sophomores all over the field that are playing key roles for us right now, and Dejan is a freshman. So we know we're going to be just fine. And sometimes you need to hit a little bump in the road to reset and refocus. We were hoping that the ALA Queen Creek and some of the mistakes we made would do that. We did clean up the penalties. We were only penalized 6 times last night. We won the penalty battle, but the turnover battle's got to get better, and the big explosive play, we got to keep those off the board.
And Coach, I guess the one last thing I want to touch on here is obviously the big play at the end. What went through your mind when obviously you made the decision to go for 2, and then what was going through your head when the whole congregation of the officials was going on and no one knew what the result of the game was going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I had a weird hunch late last week that I needed a 2-point play, and so we installed one. We ran it all week long. It looked great. I mean, we ran it 4 or 5 times in practice. It looked great all week long. We were dialed in. We kind of knew it. And when they went up 7 and elected to go for 2, then we kind of had a little conversation like, hey, if we stop this right now, then let's go down and score and freaking win this game. So we went down the field and punched it in, and I communicated with our defensive staff and said, hey, do we want to kick it and play defense, or do we want to go for 2? And they said, let's go for 2. And I wanted to go for 2, and unfortunately, we had to waste some timeouts in the game. And I think that's probably one of the things that was the most harmful to us last night was we had to waste timeouts because we didn't have 11 guys on the field, or we had a tight end aligned improperly in the formation, and so we just wasted timeouts. So we got down to the end, and I think in hindsight, without being able to call a timeout and get settled in and really get our play, just making sure everybody's on the same page. We didn't run the play that was called. We didn't get our receiver in motion, and it was a little bit of a breakdown. And Ridge, I give him credit. He tried to make chicken salad out of chicken scratch, and we just watched the film 15 times, and I mean, it looks like he's laying on the goal line with the ball in his arms, but ultimately the officials ruled him short, and that's it. It is what it is. That's what they saw on the field. If we would have executed the play the way it was drawn up, maybe we'd be a little bit more fired up about it. But it was a broken play, and that's on us, and that's on me. And but I told our guys, I said I had a feeling that it was going to come down to that, and we kind of wanted to let our our junk hang a little bit and play for the win. And I told our guys I trust them, and if we get in that situation again, and the 2-point chart calls for going for 2, we're going to do it again. And I want them to know that I have faith to get it done. So sometimes you got to do it. And I told them, look, the gold ball wasn't going home with anybody last night, and we wanted to be aggressive and take a shot. We we're having a hard time getting off the field defensively, and they were ripping off some plays, and they had 2 timeouts left, so we kind of wanted to put the pressure on them, and it backfired on us. But you live and you learn, and you move on to the next one. And then, as far as everything at the end, I mean, yeah, the pile up, the officials trying to sort it out. I mean, we're seeing it. Our players got their hands up. I mean, it looked like Ridge was in, so we thought we might have got away with one, a busted play, but it wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. And the fact that I know that we have an agreement that you have to do this every week, and I know it's not made much easier because you want to get out there and you want to, coach your team up and get them ready for the next one. But to take time out, we appreciate that. The stones that you had to try and go for 2 in hostile territory with 2 minutes remaining in a ball game down by 1, I'll take you in my corner any day of the week. So and I don't throw those compliments around that often. So thanks again for joining us, Coach.
You can go from having big stones to being a dummy real quick, but
well,
we're going to let it roll sometimes.
There you go. You got to. It's what the game is all about. So thanks again, Coach, and we'll talk to you next week. Ryan, nice job as always. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Vince.
Wow. All right, folks. There you have it. We're 3/4 of the way through the program. I tell you what, I'm another fan of Jason Mons and being on the inside now and being able to see what this guy does in practice every time he sees me, he always smiles and waves, and he's very protective of his team, and that's the kind of coach that you want running your program. So they're doing it right at Saguaro, and they have been for a long time. Growing up in Phoenix and working out with those guys as a young guy, when I was at Camelback, I kind of know the Saguaro culture, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. Folks, when we come back, we're going to be joined by Coach Vaughn Van Dam out with the Salt River Scorpions of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. Kind of a Cinderella story this year. Join us here on the Varsity Sports Show after the break. We'll be back.
Have you downloaded the KDUS AM 1060 skill for Alexa yet?
Dude, Alexa is frustrated. No matter how many times do you ask, the answer is male, chicken.
Once you're ready, say Alexa, open KDUS AM 1060 to listen to your favorite shows.
Hi, this is Rob Maggs, Vince's life coach and surfing coach to the Beach Bum Beale. You're listening live to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com, spelled S-T-E-S-A for style. 24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
We'll do what's best for the team, and we'll do what's best for you.
The Rich Eisen Show, coming to you weekdays from 3 to 5 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
It's the Juco Report on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, the Varsity Sports Show. News and notes from the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. And it's time for the Juco Report. And we've got a bit of a Cinderella story going on here. I talk about this every so often. I'll talk about the fact that I'm a product of the community colleges. Out of high school, didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, and was an undersized offensive lineman. Coming out of high school but wanted to keep playing football. I loved football. And I found a home at Scottsdale Community College, the Artichokes, when they had football, and was mentored by some amazing men and leaders of men, and found a direction and became a student of the game and started coaching eventually. And it led to other things, and here I sit today. So I can honestly say without hesitation that the community college has saved me, and I am a big proponent, a big champion of anything to do with community college football, anything, on any degree. And we have the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference, which stepped in and saved a lot of young people, and I've seen it. I've seen what they've done for young men in their program and pushing them along. You've had Power 5 schools, Division II schools, Division III schools, NAIA schools. We didn't even have all these schools 30 years ago playing football, and they're out there and they're creating opportunities by allowing these young people to keep playing, to stay close to home. And there's 5 teams out there in the HJCAC, and one of them has been a virtual doormat the last couple of seasons until this year. And they're literally a Cinderella story. These guys are the only undefeated team in the league. They're led by a young guy who literally is not far removed from wearing a uniform himself. His name is Coach Von Van Dam. I laugh because it makes me think of Jean-Claude Van Damme, who is one of my favorite actors of all time. I say that kind of tongue in cheek, but Coach Van Dam, what's the formula? What in the heck are you doing out there to win some games?
Man, I'm just, I have my own style of coaching a little bit, but I'd be wrong to say I didn't take a lot of things from the man himself, Coach Felker. I mean, just how to be organized. And
you're talking about Coach Ryan Felker, who was the head coach at Mesa Community College for years and moved on. He's out at Garden City now in Kansas as the offensive coordinator, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Coach Felker's a good man. He's a funny guy. He thinks he's a funny guy, but he's a good man.
Yeah, he thinks he's a funny guy. He's not that funny, but man, 2 years under him, I think, just learning how to win. I mean, it goes far beyond the play calling and those types of things. It's about the relationships you build with the kids and the team, and especially in junior college when things can go south so easily, when kids got a lot going on, a lot of stress going on in their life. So just creating a good environment for the team, but. We're gonna try and keep it going, man. Obviously, nothing's perfect, but we're gonna roll with any adversity that hits, and keep trying to win. I mean, these kids are hungry. They see what we're doing, so they see that we could be something special. So hopefully, we can just keep it going.
Well, you touched on something very important, and it's not always about what's on the field. And I think back to when I graduated high school, which again was more than a couple years back. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't have much direction. And I had 2 parents that loved me and siblings that set examples, but I didn't know where to turn and what to do. And I wasn't a very good student, and I learned all that through my experience in the junior colleges. And so that's what you're doing, is that you're a mentor in more ways than one. And how does it feel having that responsibility?
Man, it's honestly a blessing. I've never felt like in my life that I've had more purpose than I do now. I mean, just being able to help young men, further their careers within the education system, and then trying to get them scholarships and stuff like that, and just seeing them really chase their dreams. I mean, it's a pivotal point in a lot of young men's life. So just to be there and be a part of it, makes me feel good, and especially coming from what I'm coming from, and just being younger myself, just getting out of it. I think the kids, respect it a lot. And, we got some good coaches, man. Coach Larry Davis, Coach Horn, awesome. Coach Scott, my linebacker coach, Coach Mobley, my O-line coach, Coach Cass, Coach Monty. So we got a good staff of guys who, kind of have the same vision as me. So I think that helps a lot. And, we really love the kids up over here. So it's been good, man.
That's awesome. That is so exciting. So give us, in our final minute here with you, Coach, give us a kind of a quick rundown of tonight's opponent. You guys are playing out at Campo Verde High School against Arizona Christian. Tell us a little bit about them. What can we expect to see? And we're going to be streaming that game, obviously.
Honestly, like compared to last year's team that we played, I think that this team is a lot better. I think that, they're disciplined. They're going to do everything right. They're going to play for each other. So I told my guys, if we hit any sort of adversity and we crumble, this team will take advantage of it. They got some good athletes, man, a lot of hungry kids. You could tell, they love playing football and stuff like that. So we're not going into this game like it's going to be an easy game at all. This is, we're taking them as serious as we take anybody else. But I think, they're a football team who could come out and hit us in the mouth if we come out flat. So, we're going to try and start fast. Last week we started slow. So, hopefully we're not down at halftime again and have to come back and win the game. So just starting fast, man. I hope we can start fast against this team because they got a good front four too. So we'll see.
Well, you guys are obviously doing something right. You're undefeated, and game is tonight at 7 o'clock out at Campo Verde. If you can't head out there, folks, you could tune in the Varsity Sports Show will be streaming that game live, and the broadcast team, producer will be Justice Miranda, and the team, Matt Venezia, will handle the play-by-play call, and Jack Pearson will be the analyst, and it should make for a great one. Coach, good luck. Keep it going, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, my man. See you later.
All right, Coach Von Van Dam, Salt River Scorpions of the Holcomb Junior College Athletic Conference. One more segment here, folks. Take it away, Aaron.
And now it's time for Beachin with Beale. Random thoughts from a real Orange County, California surfer guy, Mike Beale. The opinions expressed during this segment in no way represent those of KDUS AM 1060 Arizona, the Varsity Sports Show, its host, or its listeners.
All right, you knew it was coming, folks. Mike, we usually keep you to the end because, we want to put all the good stuff up front so people don't tune out too soon. And, anybody that's still around can catch wind of this report. So, yes, we do, because we are in Phoenix, Arizona, we do a Southern California surfing report because it is very relevant and very important to people that live in Phoenix. So my old friend from high school, old teammate, Mike Beale, who lives in Southern California, who is joining us right now on the line, whose responsibility is to provide you, our listeners, with a Southern California surfing report. Mike, what do you got for us?
Vince, my little undersized artichoke, how are you?
Oh my, yeah, that was good. I got to admit, I'm usually waiting for the zingers on what the insults are going to be. My wife doesn't even come into the room anymore because it's like, she says it's just like a regular phone call between you and I over the past 30 years where we just swap insults. So thank you. Yes, I attended Scottsdale Community College. I was an artichoke, and yes, a little vertically challenged.
And I remember you were kind of, I don't know that you were a player. I remember you telling me that you were like the backup team manager and that sometimes you were on the sidelines at halftime, kind of like policing up the area. No.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I mean, on a more serious note, I was thinking about Tyler's Fitness Minute, and I was going to talk to you about this off the air, but I was wondering, even though the mask mandate has been lifted, why do you walk around with a bag over your head all the time? I don't know if your listeners, if you put pictures up on the web, or if they just for the listeners out there, just imagine Vince putting a paper bag from a grocery store over his head and then broadcasting the show, or going to the grocery store to buy some fish sticks.
I will tell you this. I on two separate occasions, I've had people tell me that I look like a young Frankie Valli. Now, disregard the fact that these were two women over the age of 70 in Sun City, but they were on two separate occasions. I look like Frankie Valli.
Wow. I wouldn't know because I haven't seen you without a bag over your head in a couple of years.
All right. So we have 2 minutes. Can you give us a surf report?
Yeah, actually, it's magic time here. The world's largest surfing contest, the U.S. Open of Surfing, is happening right now in Huntington Beach on the south side of the pier. The finals are tomorrow. Okay. I checked it out on Wednesday. It's a week-long event. It's a little smaller this year because of, I guess, COVID restrictions. It's certainly not the biggest this year, but I went surfing there on Wednesday, and I felt, I don't want to brag, but I think I could have won it this year. I was feeling that good. But yeah, I decided to give the young guys, a shot. So I didn't compete. Yeah. But yeah, the weather's nice. Combo swells here. Everything's good. But the real big news over here is the shot heard around the world when Clay Helton got fired from USC. A couple of weeks ago, and my sources tell me that the search committee has narrowed it down to 3 individuals: Dirk Cutter, Dennis Erickson, and Todd Graham, all former Sun Devils. So
no kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it there first, folks, from the Southern California Surfing Report, Beachin with Beale, and the next potential coaching hire at USC. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. Mike, thanks for joining us. We'll catch up with you here in a couple weeks. To all of our friends, our guests, everyone out there, it's been a great show. Have a great weekend. Treat each other well. And the biggest thing is 2 rules. Number 1, be nice. Number 2, don't be mean. We'll see you next week. Varsity Show out.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter